Nigel loves people. He just engages on a real, authentic level.
Whatever Nigel does, he does it with incredible passion. He's got tons of great energy.
Growing up with both dyslexia and ADD, Nigel always had to fight to get himself through school. While attending BCIT, these learning challenges came to a head and he failed his first semester. But Nigel would not give up, so he appealed to the dean.
I said, Mr. Todd, I need to be here. And he said, okay, I'll make you a deal. If you take the courses that you failed at night school and a full day load, I'll let you back in. I eventually graduated, and that was, the biggest day of my life.
After BCIT, Nigel worked for his father, assessing and advising environmental impact made by the oil industry. The work took him across the globe, and the years took their toll as Nigel witnessed rarely seen depths of environmental devastation.
I ended up being stationed in Egypt. All I saw was pipeline after pipeline that had been ruptured and oil just flowing into the Red Sea. And I saw exactly the same thing in every country that I worked in. It had a very profound effect on me.
Nigel left his father's consulting business and started Aqua-Guard with partners, pursuing a mission to protect the world's water supplies from oil spills. The startup slowly grew as it attempted to find its footing. Then, an innovative new design changed everything.
My business partner called me into the back warehouse one day, and he had a Tupperware bucket, and he had a crank, and he had a brush. So he poured some oil in, and he turned the crank, and the oil stuck to the brush. And he said, but we can scrape it off, and we can skim the oil off the surface of the water, and water doesn't stick, it just brings up only the oil. And I'm like, that's actually pretty good. So I pushed and pushed and pushed a company that was one of the major contractors in the Exxon Valdez oil spill to come and take a peek at it. And we sold 33 full systems to every pump station along the Alyeska pipeline.
From there, Aqua-Guard's impact grew to a global scale. When the BP Horizon tragedy hit the Gulf, Nigel's deep-water skimmers were on the front lines of the cleanup effort. Soon, Aqua-Guard was involved in every major oil cleanup across the world. After witnessing so many years of devastation, Nigel was finally making a difference. With the company's success came an offer to sell, freeing Nigel to pursue his passions for travel and adventure. But before he sold, Nigel took his family on a trip to the Amazon. There, while taking part in a unique tribal ritual, Nigel had a vision.
I had this face come at me, and it had a look of extremely great responsibility shining on me. And I believe it was trying to tell me, you have a great responsibility to do what you can do for the world. And I just thought and thought and thought, and I came back and I pulled the deal off the table.
And that's when he began getting involved in his nonprofit work.
He just started opening doors and meeting people and trying things.
Nigel threw himself into his philanthropic pursuits, finding renewed purpose in helping both people and the planet any way possible. As Nigel continues on his calling, using all his tools and influence to help build a better world, he looks back to BCIT and the foundation it helped him lay for the future.
That kind of learning environment creates people who can deal with anything. And the world moves very, very quickly today. And it sets you up for that creative, nimble thinking that gets things done.
You're able to do anything, because you've been pushed pretty hard. I think that's what happened. I think that really gave me the first step to many, many more.
For his determination to push through obstacles and commitment to protecting the world's most precious resource, Nigel Bennett is your 2018 BCIT Distinguished Alumni Award recipient.